I began drawing when I was 6 years old. I remember my mother handing me a box of crayons to draw with. I would just doodle and scribble aimlessly on the paper, drawing anything I could think of. Dinosaurs, bugs, leaves, trees, landscapes. I always had a curiosity of how things worked. I'd always ask my mother and my grandfather about, why is something like this? Why is something like that? My grandpa, he would usually get annoyed after a while and tell me that's just the way it is. And I would still ask, Grandpa, but why? I also had a lot of interest in science and history. I would spend many hours watching documentaries. I remember my mother would always get me these shirts that would have dinosaurs on them. My fascination at the time for dinosaurs led my mother to buy me a blue shirt that had a T-Rex on it. It had a light and a button that would flash when you press it. The teacher once got angry at me when I kept pressing the button and it wouldn't stop, and I kept making dinosaur sounds. She told me to stop, and eventually I got in trouble. I was always a quiet kid. I never started any problems, and I always kept to myself. The times I got in trouble, it was usually when my mom would say it was because I was being ornery. I also developed an obsession with army men. My mother would buy me bags of them during the holidays or for my birthday. I remember setting them up in different positions, trying to replay battle scenes I had seen in movies or in the History Channel. I must have had hundreds of army men. No, thousands. Crates full. Every holiday and birthday, still more army men. I would set them up in battle flanks. They would be laid across all tables in the house, all the couches, hidden everywhere. My mother would occasionally find them in the crevices of a couch, or at worst, she would step on one, which she did not enjoy very much, especially those little Lego blocks. I never had too many of those. I always preferred my army men. And then I got obsessed with Hot Wheels. She bought me these Hot Wheel tracks that I would connect everywhere. I would set my army men up on the side as if they were cheering on the race. Then, to make things more interesting and realistic, I would even take firecrackers and attach it to the army men so they would explode as if it was a real battle scene. And as my fascination continued, I would sit down and sketch out these cars and tanks. With army men surrounding me, crates of them, I would sketch this out into what I called Stick Figure Wars. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.